Shopping centers have always been an important element for the communities, or as it's known locally as Souq. Join us as we explore the sustainability concept of Souq architecture under the timeline frame in the Emirate of Sharjah. The aim of the research is to understand and analyze between shopping centers of two different periods in the Emirate of Sharjah, and predict the trend and direction and the future of shopping. Furthermore, attempt to enhance the current situation in terms of energy consumption of the present building while using virtual environment simulation. The buildings were chosen based on the usage and the footprint. Souq al-Arsa is a good example of traditional architecture. It is located in Al Shuwaihin area of the city Sharjah. It is considered as one of the oldest souqs in the emirate. The souq is simple and sustainable in terms of constructional process and the overall design. The souq is not designed or constructed in a single workflow. Some walls are added and removed over time, depending on the shops and their situation. The end result of the building is a randomly shaped structure from a plan point of view. The shops are mostly single-story and are small in terms of area when compared to modern shops and malls. The dimensions are not constant but rather differ in terms of height, width, length, and curvature. It is also observable that the hallways that are connecting the shops have an irregular width. Currently, the souq is air-conditioned, but in the past the souq used to be open and corridors mostly shaded. The building is surrounded with a load-bearing wall made from natural coral rocks that are bonded together with mortar. This component of the structure bears the compressive load of the structure itself. The roof is constructed by using wooden timber due to its strength-to-weight ratio and its ability to withstand tensile forces. Before installing timber, a rope is used to strengthen it by tying circular loops around it in order to avoid longitudinal cracks. Finally, a sheet layer that is made from palm leaves is placed on top of the structure as a protective layer. The souq is mostly constructed using natural materials without significant energy used in the process. The materials tend to keep the building warm during the winter and cool during summer. A feature that is noticeable at Souq al-Arsa is the cylindrical shaped bargeel that can not only improve air ventilation but can also be used as a landmark for pedestrian navigation. There are 9 main entrances surrounding the souq, with a central main path that is connected with smaller paths surrounding it along several openings all around, creating a flow of air for ventilation and cooling. The building might be old, but the fundamental concept of sustainability exists in the design of the building.
The building under assessment is Matajir Al-Goz. Matajir is a chain of community malls that caters for the necessary shopping needs of the surrounding communities. The mall is mostly ground floor with the exception of a restaurant and a beauty salon at the upper level. Carrefour Hypermarket occupies near half of the footprint. Some of the unique features of the building is the curved roof that covers the main hallway, with its circular windows that provides indirect sunlight. Behind the main building is a U-shaped storage and facility services building, which is excluded from the analysis. The weather in Sharjah is characterized by the typical desert climate. As Sharjah cities are spread geographically from the Arabian Gulf to Oman Gulf, weather conditions vary to some extent. The average temperature ranges from 28 degrees Celsius in January to 45 degrees Celsius through July. Average low temperatures ranges from 18 degrees Celsius in January to 24 degrees Celsius through July. The sun rises for 10 to 12 hours during winter and up to 14 hours in the summer. In the summer, sun rays intensity around 9 a.m. is equivalent to the maximum intensity reached in winter. Dominant wind comes from 2 main directions, the west and the northeast. Wind speed typically vary between 4 and 6 meters per second and maxes at around 12 meters per second. Little to no wind comes from the southern half. The building was modeled in the IES virtual environment, and the minimum building standards of Sharjah was applied in terms of heat transmission allowances. The mall operates from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., while Carrefour is open for 24 hours. Between 5,000 and 5,700 visitors comes to the building daily. Then a calibration phase was conducted in order to validate the resulted energy usage with the actual electricity bills of 2018. Calibration included AC profiles and internal heat gains. Heat gains were divided into people, general lighting of everywhere except for Carrefour with the use of mainly fluorescent tubes, in addition to computers, refrigeration equipments, and cooking and heating equipments. These were surveyed as accurate as possible and included in the analysis. The following graph plots the actual monthly consumptions against the model-generated consumptions. The model was calibrated to 1% difference. The negative sign indicates less consumption by 1%. After calibration, 4 different orientations were simulated to find if there will be a favorable orientation. The results came to be almost identical due to the building having not much glazing and due to its unique shape that provide almost the same areas wherever it's oriented towards sunlight. 4 strategies were chosen to attempt to enhance the building's energy consumption, of which 3 conserve energy and 1 provide clean electricity. They are improving wall insulation, provide green roofing wherever possible, improving the internal artificial lightings, and adding solar PVs. In the first attempt, a precast wall system supplied by Emirate Stone was chosen. It has a U value of 0.31 watt per meter square degree Celsius. Only 1.3% of electricity consumption was saved, as the building standard already specified 0.44. The second is green roofing. Carrefour's roof is currently free, hence it was chosen to be utilized. An international supplier of green roof system with offices in the UAE was chosen. Also, 1.3% of electricity consumption was saved. Third is enhancing electricity consumption and internal heat gains from artificial lighting. The average of the EU standards for offices was chosen with lights having power density of 2.5 watt per meter square for 100 lux. This time saving reached 20.3%. It's a big difference due to the building having high-intensity lights to serve its function. The following graph represents savings from all 3 energy conservation strategies combined. Saving now is at 24.4% of annual consumption. This represents 948 megawatt hours saved. The fourth strategy, solar PVs, was added to the combined scenario. It was chosen to utilize 250 meters squares of the roof area of the utility building and to install PVs in the parking as well, which can provide 1,510 square meters of area. The locations were verified to be away from shadows casted by the mall's building. The total annual energy generated from the PVs came to be 378 megawatt hours. The following shows the resulted savings of all 4 strategies combined. These savings reached 34.1%. In summary, the resulted building at the end has a green electricity usage share of 13%, consumes 34% less electricity from the grid, and save Matager's management and the tenants 464,000 dirhams annually.
Shopping centers have come a long way from their initial concept. Predicting the future of shopping can be determined by the rapid technological advancement, which can lead to a more sustainable solution. A new concept that's being proposed, which is called car market. The idea is to create a structure that allows shoppers to drive inside the building in order for them to park next to a moving rack that houses different store items. The customers choose the product and puts them on a moving conveyor belt that delivers them to the cashier. Another example is the Amazon Go store, which has no human interaction, An individual may enter a store with a barcode that is located on their smartphone screen, allowing them to enter, pick the product, and pay with no assistance. McDonald's has also launched the self-ordering kiosk, which basically uses a smart screen to order a meal, after which is prepared on the counter. The main approach to the future of shopping is the shift from stores and retails to online shopping. Shopping centers will be replaced by warehouses that contain all the products, by using a website or a mobile app in order to specify the order. It will reduce the carbon emission that is created when driving to the shopping center by all the visiting customers. There is no need to create an area that requires a comfortable climate and lighting for the customers. The only negative impact of this concept would be the elimination of the social aspect. In addition, companies such as DHL and Amazon are also heavily investing in advanced drone technology, which produces zero carbon emission when delivering goods and products. There is a clear pattern of companies shifting to technology in order to improve productivity while maintaining sustainability.
Thank you for watching.